sometimes we don't merchandise ourselves properly.
No.
Because the reason why you wouldn't just go to a random person is because you
Uh-huh.
understand. So it's two things. I'll explain the first reason first. The first reason is because you understand that this isn't something that's easy to fix.
Right.
Listen, like you said, you have to go to someone that has actual knowledge and there's someone
Yeah.
that you trust. So you're not just going to go to any like random, even in the ecosystem of mechanics, there's still a hierarchy of mechanics. You're not just going to go like to the one with like oil stains on him. Like you're going to go like to the one
Yeah.
that you can trust.
Mhm.
And I think the reason why a lot of social media managers, they don't get the respect and they don't get the type of honor that I guess they should is
Mhm.
because they're not merchandising themselves as someone that has a specific expertise in something. Because
Yeah.
if your engine's messed up,
Yeah.
if your engine's messed up, you're just gonna go and fix that. You're not gonna go somewhere to get your tires fixed. You're not gonna
No,
go
no,
try to go fix like your trunk or something. And a lot of people, they'll take a client on and they'll just be doing social media management. But
mhm.
yet a client will be like, hey, do you guys make flyers? Oh, do you do this? Or, oh, can we add on this? Like you wouldn't just keep on
Right.
adding on services. And there's no, with mechanics and with different other industries, it's merchandised properly. If you're going to get your tires fixed, and that's what we're doing.
That's it.
It's just like how you posted on that lady. She said 700 just for community management.
Yeah.
Everything is compartmentalized. I
Mhm.
think a lot of people like us, they just, okay, well, I'm a social media manager for $500 a month, and there's no,
There's no hierarchy, there's no
yeah,
layers, there's
yeah,
no
there's no
so like
layers.
that's true. And I'm still, trying to brand myself correctly too, because
Yeah,
I am I was offering consulting, but I haven't been hired for that. So I'm kind of more like social media brand positioning and management and strategy, because I'll manage your content, but I'll work with the client to do that, right? So I will manage that. I have a designer I work with for content creation, and sometimes I do create it, but I'm learning to outsource because I can't do it all.
yeah.
So for me, it's I manage and I'll create your strategy and then I'll implement the strategy. That's what I do. And
So
that's
you have them in different. You've established different things. And I know a
right.
lot of times when it gives off the appearance like, you're like a one woman show, so you could just be able to do everything. But at
Hmm.
the same time, like how you said up front, being 100% transparent up front.
Yeah,
So
I'm
look, I'm not
honest.
gonna be doing. I'm not if we're agreeing to X, then we're doing X. And if you want X or Y, sometimes, like one time I told, when was this? Like, let's say if we're just doing community management, right?
Excuse me. Hmm.
Then that's just that.
That's it. I ain't doing
So
posting, publishing. I
so
just
like so
you.
let's just divide this. So calling you unscheduled, that shouldn't be a part of anything. Like if they have a question about something,
Hmm.
they just have to like. I think a lot of people. I have a friend in Nashville. I seen her. She was asking me questions and stuff,
Yeah.
and she has like a 24 hour hotline, I guess, for her agency. Like you can just her client can just hit her up at
It's so
like two
funny.
o'clock in the morning.
It's so funny you bring that up because my sister and I were just talking about setting boundaries,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
bad at.
that's what we don't do.
I
So
know,
I
and
think in
I'm
order
bad.
to get the respect,
Yeah, set your
we need the
boundaries.
boundaries. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's funny because I actually kid you not, I'm going to be putting in my email like after 7. I'm not answering anything. I'll answer it tomorrow.
mm,
If it's a serious emergency, like fine, but like even one of my clients told me like I had messaged her because we were messaging late a few times, and then I messaged her late and she told me that, she's practicing self-care, so she's not going to answer any messages after a certain time, and I was like, I totally respect that.
what is that?
Oh, what?
Practicing self care. What I don't.
Okay, like practicing self-care, like boundaries for herself. Like I'm not answering messages, I'm not answering emails after a certain time because I message because she's a few hours ahead of me, and so I was trying to I'm respecting that because I don't set boundaries for myself, and sometimes I forget like the clients I work with, they also have their own thing going on,
Yeah,
and know, learning boundaries with each other, basically. But for myself,
Okay.
I'm bad at I don't really set boundaries. I'm really bad like that. Like if it's someone texts me at 9 and is like, "Hey, I thought about an idea for something." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. That's a good idea." And then
Yeah.
I'm texting for like an hour. You know, and like
Because we're creative people. You're
yes,
creative.
my mind is always on
Yeah.
100. I'm always
One of
like,
the pillars of creativity,
yeah. I can't tone it down.
boundaries and creativity, they're like foes. Like you can, if
They
you have boundaries, you're not creative. If you have creativity, you have no
I don't
boundaries.
that is probably the perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to think of how can I present them in a unique way? Like what could we try differently? What can we do? And my brain is always on moving. And
Yeah. I mean that's the definition of you're trying to create. So if you're confined into something,
that's
not
that's
even
exactly it.
creativity.
No, that yeah, that was good. Because that's what I experienced. Because I think I'm a creative person, and so maybe not like the artsy sense, but just trying new
Yeah.
things.